have a package today that I'm really excited to get into. This is a package from Japan with some of my recent orders that I've made from Mercari Japan using the proxy service Neokyo. And this is my first time using this proxy service. I had been consistently using Bai, but earlier this spring, there was a huge increase in their shipping fees. So I recently have been using another proxy service, Blackship, which is not compatible with Mercari Japan. So in addition to Blackship, I also wanted to try using Neokyo, which is compatible with Mercari Japan. But while placing my orders and my first time using Neokyo, I did record a lot of footage of my experience and just kind of the screen captures as I went through the process. And I did make a tutorial video that should be going live with this haul and unboxing video. So if you're considering using Neokyo and you're unsure, or if you just would like to see the process of what it's like to order from Japan or how to order secondhand merch items that may not be accessible from overseas, you can definitely check out that video, and hoping that it will be helpful to people so that they can have confidence making an order from Japan. But really excited to get into this. I made several purchases over the course of like a month and a half because the warehouse storage is 45 days. So I just kept gradually ordering more and more things and just adding them to this order. And so now I'm really excited to open it because it's like the first thing I ordered was like 2 months ago. So finally I have it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this open. And I'm not sure if it translates to the video very well, but this box is so tiny and compact compared to my last Blackship package that I got and my last Bai package. So I'm really curious how they consolidated all of it. And I think I forgot to mention too that there's like a bit of a dent on the side of the box, but rather than like looking like a dent from being hit in transit or something, it looks like it's just a dent from maybe a strap going around the box to like hold a pile of boxes together. So really hoping nothing was damaged inside because of that pressure from the outside. But just opening it up, there's just some packing paper kind of holding everything nice and tight. Ew. Okay, so that's pretty good. It looks like everything is bubble wrapped together and taped to the edges, and then the packing paper was just like around it to just kind of hold everything down and keep it from shifting in transit, which I'm really happy about. I'm going to go ahead and pull this all out. Yeah, it really is all bubble wrapped together. So I like to reuse bubble wrap whenever I get it, and I don't know if I'll be able to with this because there's so much tape right here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it looks like each individual little item had a little label that Neokyo put on to keep all of my items together, but I just went ahead and peeled them all off because they all had my first and last name on them. But I guess I'll just go through everything one by one. But as you can see, inside the package, each item was just kind of wrapped on its own, the way that it was delivered from the first seller, and then they took it out of that packaging so that they could just get it as small as possible. Actually, I'm going to take everything out of the plastic real quick so that I can go through everything a little faster. Okay, so I got everything out of the plastic wrappings that they were in. I forgot I did get one item that is actually a gift, so I pulled that aside. I'm not going to share it in this video. But first things first, I got the 3 Wotakoi Love is Hard for Otaku Blu-ray box sets. I have known about these, and I just kind of felt like I didn't need them. Also because it kind of bothers me that they're numbered 7, 10, and 11. Like, I wish they just weren't numbered because it's going to bother me when I see them on the shelf like this, but I just love how colorful these boxes are. And the back sides. And unfortunately, when I was opening up the plastic, I noticed that the top corner of this box is a little damaged and it messed up the book as well inside. But I'm okay with that, and I'll say why in just a moment. But each of these box sets has a Blu-ray, and it's for the OVA episodes of Wotakoi. And Wotakoi is my favorite manga series, so I do already have this series in English and in Japanese. But I recently discovered that these box sets each have variant covers. So I knew that this final one did have this variant cover of Hirotaka and Narumi as kids. And I didn't feel like I needed it because I was able to get the variant cover in English that had this illustration. So this is just absolutely precious. And I'm disappointed that it's damaged, but I'm kind of okay with it because I have this cover already in English. And this isn't one that I'm going to display because for my Japanese volumes, I want to keep my regular volume 11 out with the volumes because that's the one cover I don't have in English. So in English, I have the 3 variant covers and not the regular cover. And then I have the regular cover in Japanese. So this one I'm just going to be keeping in the box. Another thing that I noticed, well, I saw it before making my order, but these variant covers do not come with OBs. And it will definitely bother me to see them on my shelf not having an OB, so I am going to be keeping one version kept inside these boxes just so that there are not any out that don't match the others. But then for the Blu-ray, it says original animation disc 3, so this is, I think, the 3rd OVA. And then, this one would be next. So, original animation disc 2. And original anime disc. It doesn't say 1, but this is the first one. But the reason why I had to get all of these is because I didn't have 7 and 10 for the variant covers. And I actually didn't even know that these were variant covers because I thought this was one of the covers that was one of the Japanese volumes. But when I was looking at listings, the first one I discovered was volume 7. I knew I didn't have, so I had to get volume 7. And then volume 11, I was just like, I don't need it. But then when I saw volume 10, I double checked and I couldn't believe I missed this variant cover. But so then I just decided to get all 3 so that I'd have all 3 of the Blu-rays and the boxes, even though I really only wanted 2 of the Japanese volumes. So volume 10, variant cover. I'll put an image up on the screen of what the regular volume 10 cover looks like. But I'm really happy to have this. Again, it doesn't come with an OB, so I'm going to take the OB off of the volume 10 cover and put it on this one, and then put the regular in here so that I can have the new ones out on the shelf. And then volume 7, this is what started this whole order, and I'm so glad that these 2 were not dented. I'm so relieved it was this one that I didn't need to have on display. But this cover, oh my gosh, I don't know how I missed it, but it's so precious, of Hanako and Kabakura when they're in high school. And they're like kind of enemies, kind of rivals, but it's so precious. I'll put up on the screen the regular Volume 7 cover. But this is just too cute. Like, I love that Hirotaka and Narumi got a young cover illustration and they don't have one of them like in high school. But part of the story is a flashback to when these two know each other in high school. So I just love that. I love that I have this now. They're so cute. And then I believe, yeah, the inside covers are just the same as the regular Japanese volumes. But so, like I said, Wotakoi is my #1 favorite manga series, and it's a josei comedy romance that is predominantly set in the workplace. The 4 of these main characters work together, and then these 2 are also some of the main characters as well. But the big theme with this series is that they're all otaku that have different interests. And so just showing their romances and their daily lives and enjoying their hobbies together. And I just love it so much. Okay, next I got 2 art books from the series Bungo Stray Dogs. And I am so happy that I found these, and I'm really happy that I found them together in one order and that they were in very good condition. So even though these are secondhand, and already now like 4 years old, I'm so glad I was able to find copies that were in good condition. I've actually been looking for these 2 art books for probably about a year because a lot of the copies that I've found have either been in bad condition or really, really expensive. So I was super happy to find these. And I recently found out from someone else posting on Instagram, the covers are connecting. So that is too cool. But I'm not sure exactly how much is covered by these art books. So this is Illustration Works 1, Shaft of Light, and this one is Illustration Works 2, Moonbow. But it looks like on the OB it says 1 and 2, so I'm not sure if that's like seasons 1 and 2. And then this one says Dead Apple and 3, so maybe this covers content or illustrations from the movie as well as season 3 of the anime. So I'm not sure, but I'm going to flip through them in just a second. But I had watched the movie as well as seasons 1 to 3 years ago and really enjoyed it. And then I just forgot all about it until last year when I was looking for these art books. I have just recently, the past month, rewatched seasons 1 to 3 and the movie and realized I had forgotten a lot of the content just because it had been a few years, and I fell back in love with this series. It is so good. And just this week started getting into season 4 of the anime. And then as soon as I finish season 4, I'm going to go straight into season 5. I'm really, really enjoying it. I haven't read any of the manga or the light novels. So for now, I'm just enjoying the anime content, and then these are anime art books. Scoot that down a little. Got some, wow. So this is all official illustrations. Ooh. So Oda is my favorite character in the series. As I've been watching, some of my other favorite characters are Fukuzawa and Ranpo. I also really like Dazai. Just every time I see him, I'm just like, oh, Oda. Wow, this is so nice, though. Lots of, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And Ongo. That's some pose there, and he's in like a yukata. But wow, I love these. I really, really love the art style in the anime. I've only seen little glimpses of panels in the manga, so it is a different art style. But because I haven't read it, I'm not sure what I think about it. But I do really like the art style for the anime. Yes! And these are my other two favorites after Oda, Fukuzawa, and Rampo. And Dazai. I haven't ranked them yet, but my favorites are definitely Oda, Dazai, Rampo, and Fukuzawa. I'm so excited about this. This is even nicer than I thought it would be. I haven't seen a flip through of these art books, just like some like miscellaneous photos of a few of the pages. So I'm impressed. And it's pretty thick too. Like, this is a lot of art that we're getting with these. Okay, so then this is the content from the movie, characters from the movie, Dead Apple, and oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm just like, anytime I see Oda, I'm just like, let's all stop and look at him. So content from the movie, Dead Apple, and then from season 3 of the anime, which I love. Season 3 was so good. Oh my gosh. Out with cat ears. I'm a happy girl. But so season 3, I really, really liked the conclusion of it. The final 4 episodes were so gripping and just so good. Even though I had seen it before, I was just on the edge of my seat. Oh, I love these. Oh, I'm so thrilled that there is so much Oda and Fukuzawa in these 2 art books. I am very pleased. And I just, again, I know I just am repeating myself, but I just love the art style of the characters. I don't know. I feel like there's something about their mouths that I think is really cool in the anime. Like their mouths are like kind of wiry, but I feel like it captures their expressions really well. Yes. And even though I kind of listed off some of my favorite characters, like the whole cast just is really interesting. The story's really well done with like the antagonists and like the villains. Like no one is just entirely bad. And then even the characters who are good are not flawless either. But wow, I'm so impressed, and I'm so happy to have these now. Okay. Definitely gonna take some time later and take my time going. Oops. Going through them and really admiring all of the art. Okay, and then next I have 3 bromide prints from the series A Sign of Affection. So the main one that I was wanting to get was this one. Oh, they're so cute. I really hope that we'll get like an art book or something, or like an art booklet. I know that Volume 7 in Japanese, the special edition, came with a little booklet, but I want a book that is just like sweet art of of these 2. They're so precious, and I'm just really happy to have these now. There was a listing for 2 of these bromide prints, as well as a print for Shortcake Cake. And I really wanted that listing, but it sold out before I was able to get to it, so I got this one. But Itsuomi's so handsome. Yuki's such a sweetheart. And really happy to have these now. Gonna have to choose one of them to frame and get up on my shelf. Next, I got a few items from Love of Kill. So first is this little clear file, and I don't know what I was thinking, like how big I thought it would be, but it's tiny, and I'm really happy about that. I can't remember. It says A3 and is for like holding tickets or something, but for some reason I thought it would be bigger, but I actually am glad that it's smaller. It's going to be perfect for holding my smaller prints that are too big for my small album without just swimming in the big sheets of my larger albums. But I absolutely love these little illustrations. I can't remember the name of this company or this artist that does collaborations with different series to do like this art style. I know that there are some acrylic standees of the Love of Kill characters in a different setting, not like in a restaurant setting, in this style. Like there's one of them in kimono, and I really want to get Ring Hot in kimono as a little chibi cutie pie, but I didn't find out about it until it was already out of stock. And I haven't been able to find anything secondhand. So when I found this, I bookmarked it and was ready to get it in my next order that I put in. But it's so cute. He's like a butler here, and then here he's like a waiter. We've got Chateau, and then the other two from her agency, and then a few little food dishes. I'm not sure if this was just a collab that they sold merch for, or if there was a little cafe event, but oh, this would have been so cute and perfect. But I also like that I don't know if you can tell, but like this is not thin, like this is kind of thick, but it's a clear file because it does open here on the top. So it's like a horizontal one as opposed to like the vertical ones that just are like really thin and just kind of open on two sides. Whereas this one only opens on the top. So I'm really happy to have this, and I'm pleasantly surprised with how it's slightly different from how I thought it would be. And then in my recent order from Black Ship, where I got some of my Kuji winnings from the online lottery event in April for Love of Kill, I shared that I did get 2 print sets that I won from my pulls. And so I was really happy to have won them, but then it was a duplicate, and there were 4 other packs of bromide prints that I had to have. So as soon as the winnings from that event started to be shipped out to everyone who participated, I started watching for secondhand listings to go up so that I could get the rest of the prints. So this is the one that I already got. So I already have this one. But then, oh, I'm so happy. So these are the 2 illustrations that were the S prizes. So I actually won an S prize, and it was a large print framed of this illustration. So now I do have this one large and small. And then this was the other option for the S prize, but I thought it looked kind of similar to the cover of the newest illustration book. I still think it's gorgeous, but because it was similar, I thought I would go with one that was a bit different so that I could have this one in a large print. But really happy that I was able to get these just secondhand right after the event ended. And also, each of these packs is a little 3-pack. So each pack comes with 2 color illustration bromides, and then 1 black and white kind of just panel cut out from the manga. So they're kind of random scenes that are then just included with 2 of the color bromide prints. But I'm not going to open these yet because I want to keep them safe and secure until I'm going to be ready to actually reorganize my shelf and get them on display. But also some of these are magazine covers, like these two were cover illustrations on recent Comic Gene issues. Well, this one wasn't recent, but this is the one from, I think, January or February 2023. And this one is a couple years old, I think. And then, I'm just so happy. But so, 3 packs of bromide prints from Love of Kill. I also got a couple clear files, and this is what I was talking about. Like, this is what I expected the Love of Kill one to be like. But look at the size difference. Like, I could have just seen that from the listing, the size. But in addition, like, this is super firm, and this is super floppy, which is fine. They're for different things. But so this was a 2-pack of clear files that I got. They were out of stock on KyoAni, so I wanted to get them secondhand to be able to have them. They all came in packs of 2, and this was from a series that was called What Are You Doing on Your Day Off? And there was a 2-pack of clear files for every character from the anime series Free. And I really, really, really wanted the 2-pack of my favorite character, Sosuke, but for the secondhand listings, they were all sold out. Everyone wanted Sosuke, I guess. So if they had been in stock, I was planning to get Sosuke, Asahi, and Rin because they're my 3 favorites. But because I did just get Sosuke and Rin as little chibi acrylic charms, and I didn't get Asahi, I decided to just only get Asahi for the clear files. But so for Asahi, on his day off, he is at a little maybe record shop bookstore. I just thought this was a really precious illustration. I really love him in this series. And then the back has some little postcards, but just kind of opens. It's really floppy, but it's nice and big. It'll be perfect for holding some of the larger things that I want to store away. And then the second clear file is also Asahi looking out at the water. And this is the way it was for all of the different characters. There was one of them doing some kind of non-swimming activity. And then the second one for all of them was on the beach, just alone looking out at the water. And then the back of this one also has some little postcards, and it too just opens the same way and is really floppy and big, but it's perfect. So I'm really happy to have these. I kind of have some ideas of how I'm going to use them and store them, or store things inside of them. And honestly, even though I didn't get Sosuke, I'm probably still going to be on the lookout so that I can get Sosuke's as well. In he's just like at the gym working out. So I'd love to have him and Asahi. Rin's is he's like holding an apple and is like at a fruit market or something. So he looks good in it, but I kind of don't know if I need a fruit market clear file. I don't know. Maybe I do need it, but these are the ones I have for now. And lastly, I've been waiting for this. I'm so happy that I got this. So this is the Snow White with the Red Hair art book that was released at the anniversary exhibition in, I believe, July, the end of July, the last 2 weeks. They had an event. And when they announced that they were going to be releasing an art book, I just didn't know if it was after the exhibition going to be available to order online or what. So I just decided as soon as the event happens and people are getting extra copies and selling them online, I was going to just go ahead and order one secondhand because I absolutely did not want to miss out on this. And I'm so glad I did. Like, it's such a nice art book. I'm actually getting mine a bit behind other people, but it's still in the bag from the event. And then the seller also wrapped it in bubble wrap, and then the actual book is plastic wrapped as well. It looks like this corner got a little... It's okay though. I'm just glad it wasn't any of the spine covers that, or the spine corners that got dented in. But I'm a little behind on getting this because that was one of my first orders with this order. So I wanted to use the whole 45 days of storage at the warehouse so I could get my full amount of shopping in that I wanted to do. But let me get this open real quick. But while I've been waiting to ship this order, I have seen some of my friends get their copies, and they've done like little videos on Instagram. So I was able to see some of the illustrations inside and just see how nice it was. And I just have been so excited to get my own copy. But so the cover has gold foil as well as the spine. It's like a really soft matte texture. And it is hardcover. So, and then wow, this inside cover is also textured. This is so nice. I'm so happy. Then I'll just do a little flip through. So Snow White with the Red Hair is a shoujo adventure series with romance, and I love it. The two main characters are my favorite shoujo couple. But with this series, they did already release an art book, I think a few years ago. But it's a pretty small art book, more like a little booklet. It is hardcover, so it is quite nice, but it's pretty small, so it doesn't have a lot of illustrations in it. So I'm really pleased that they got to do a full-size art book, and just, probably my favorite thing about this series is the clothing, because it is kind of in a historical fantasy setting. Maybe not fantasy, just like in the olden times. But all of their clothes are just gorgeous. And I did recently get the, I think, August issue of this magazine that Snow White with the Red Hair is serialized in, Lala. And it did come with this was the cover of that issue, and it did come with some additional color prints, including these two. But then Obi's red page wasn't included, so Obi is my favorite character, followed by Zen. I have so much love for both of them. I really like Shirayuki. She's such a good female lead. She's a very strong character. Oh, I love this one of Obi. This one is in the smaller art book, but it's part of like a 2-page fold. So now it's full here. Oh, same with this one as in the other art book, but the other one is quite small. So this is just so nice. This illustration is so sweet. I almost got a secondhand print of this one just because they look so happy and sweet. But then I figured I'll wait and see what's in the art book and maybe get it in the future if I can find another listing. Gosh, look at them. Oh, and this is from the mangaka's other series. It's kind of funny. This series, it follows 4 boys in high school that are a friend group, and one of them looks just like Obi and one of them looks just like Zen, but then they're in high school. So it's just super cute. Yes, that's so cool that they get to feature some art for their other series, because Snow White with the Red Hair is definitely their most popular, well-known series. So this is so nice. Ooh. But yeah, like all the detail with their clothing and accessories. Wow. Ooh, and then I believe that these were some of the designs for some acrylic standees that were sold at the exhibition. The title pages of the manga volumes that each kind of featured a different fairy tale. That's pretty cool. Having them all in one spot so you don't have to flip through every volume. Okay. Wow. Oh, I'm so happy about this. So if you are a Snow White with the Red Hair fan and you don't have this art book and you feel like you need it, definitely check out Mercari Japan. Last time I checked, a few weeks ago, there were still some listings. So it is possible to get a copy before they dwindle and start maybe going up in price. So I have not heard of the art book being released since the exhibition has ended. So definitely don't delay if you don't want to miss out on this. Check out Mercari Japan, and you will have to use a proxy service to be able to order from Mercari Japan to ship if you live in the United States. And I use Neokyo. Buy is another option if you're okay to pay the shipping fees. But this is everything that I got in this order, and I'm so happy. I'm just really pleased with everything. And even the one damaged item, I'm just, as soon as I saw it, I was relieved that it was on that box and volume as opposed to the other two that I was more concerned about. But I hope you enjoyed watching as I pulled out all these new goodies that I've just been like thrilled and just so excited to actually ship and get to me. As well as if you're thinking about ordering from Neokyo, I hope that it was helpful to see how the box was packaged, what it looks like when they consolidate the items. When this video is live, I will have the tutorial video for Neokyo. If you think that you are going to be making a order from Japan and need to find a proxy service to use, I'm really hoping it will be helpful. But again, I'm just thrilled to have all of this stuff now. But this is it for this order, and I'll see you again soon in another video. Thanks for watching.